Perfect. 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 Perfect.
Check. 1, 2. There we go. Gato, I've been muted all this whole time, and I've just been running my mouth. That is crazy. I hate that, but you know what? It is the life of a YouTuber. Sometimes things go smooth, and then sometimes things, it's all over the place. So we can't hear you on YouTube or Twitch. I know, man. It was all me. It was all me. I don't know. Every time I update, I found out every time I update Ecamm Live. That's the program I use. Every time I update it, something cuts off or something switches. You know what? And it don't be on me. Like, I've used this screen since day one, and I've never cut my Rodecaster off. But now, it is what it is. So I want to say this again, Geeky. I know y'all out to eat. I know we need to know some. I need to know where you're eating at tonight, because y'all always eating something delicious. I always pay attention to y'all TikToks because the food be popping. All right, so Game Boy 3 Stacks. That's gonna be your name, Leland. I'm sorry. I just love Game Boy 3 Stacks. Game Boy 3 Stacks says hello. Say, this is Leland from GameStop. I got you. Steve M's in the building. He glad he maybe can get to bed on time tonight. Got 7 people on. Got 7 people in the chat, but I only got 6 people on the wheel, so that means somebody's not speaking up. If you're new to the channel, hey, hit that subscribe button. Those who are not, you just want to chill out and hang out with us tonight. We're going to get into some news, but I always start my day off and start my stream off about what's going on in the life of gaming dad. Today was busy, man. I had a lot of training to do. A lot of training to do today. So, matter of fact, I didn't get done with my training until about 7:30. Just enough time to get home, get set up, and get myself ready. But Lehman, I like Game Boy 3 Stacks, because you're forever Game Boy 3 Stacks now. You said Game Boy 3000, Game Boy 3 Stacks. I tell you, man, roll with it. I don't want to use your government name. If I use your government name, then everybody know who you are. But they don't know who Game Boy 3 Stacks is. So Steve M, man, how you doing, my brother? Of course, Geeky Bazit YT. Mediocre Gamer in the building. He is tonight's sponsor of our giveaway. So give a shout. Matter of fact, I think I played the kids sound. I gave you a shout out earlier. Kids, give them a round of applause again. Mediocre Gamers in the building. And tell your lovely mother we said hello from Gaming Dad and Company. Oh, man, listen. A lot to talk about tonight. Well, not a whole lot, but enough to talk about. Definitely looking at it from this perspective of, State of Play was interesting. I think, production wise, I think it was probably the better State of Plays. I think overall I gave it a C. That was my rating. I put a poll out there, probably about 60 people voted. So we'll look at how those 60 people viewed the State of Play. So that should be definitely interesting. Let me scroll on down again. Vic is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Said, what's up, Gaming Dad? What's the last game you 100%ed? Golly. Oh, man, that's a hard question to ask. I would tell you to probably... Man, that's a good one, man. Probably God of War 3 is probably the last game I was like, I went and got everything. Got time to do it. When you don't have, when you get to my age, man, and with kids and working, you just can't. It's hard to 100% every game. I'd be like this to get through the story nowadays. I get through the story, I'm good. Yeah, that's about the last one. That's a great question though. Vic, let me get you on the board. What are you thinking about it? Tell your lovely wife, Vic, we said hello. Last week winner, Chris is in the building. What's going on, Chris? Man, Chris got some bars. I need to find that on Twitter. He posted on Twitter, boy. Chris, hey, Chris, I salute you. I can say it live on camera today. Put some respect on that name, cause Chris got some bars. He put it down. I loved it. Let's see. Featured guests have to be here and will do. Yes, sir. So what you playing? I am currently trying to finish up Horizon Zero Dawn because I never finished it up because I bought Horizon Forbidden West, but I have not opened it because I want to get through Horizon Zero Dawn, and I'm working my way through that. So definitely. So who did you shout out? Oh, I shouted out Mediocre Gamers because he is tonight's sponsor of our giveaway. We give out a free Nintendo eShop card every Monday night. And by you chiming in tonight on Game Boy 3 Stacks, you have entered to win. Let me show you our giveaway wheel. If you can check out the wheel right here. Let me go ahead and cancel you off right here. People would call me. This is, I got to take this call. My sister don't never call me. Hey, sister. Hey, sister.
Hey, brother.
Hey, do you need me?
Can you keep a secret?
Okay, hold on. Listen, I got you live. I gotta get off the. Good people, I'm put you on mute for a hot second. I'm sorry, good people. I know I had to take that call. My sister don't never call me. Um, just found out some news that's hard hitting. Um, wow, wow. Um, let me get my thoughts together. I'm sorry. Um, mm. I if I can say anything, man, listen, you know what? Take an opportunity, man. If you get an opportunity, man, if just pray for me and my fam, and yeah, just pray. Whatever it is, you know what I mean. I'm not gonna go into detail because I was asked to keep it secret, but this is heavy, it's big, and I wasn't expecting that kind of phone call, especially tonight. I never get phone call. Well, my son does call. That was some heavy information, and I'll try my best to keep it together throughout this show. I know y'all guys didn't come to hear that, but we'll get back to the gaming. Oh man, that was heavy. All right, I know I got a great community. Y'all some great people, man. I'm just man. All right, let's get back to what we're getting to. Good people. All right, let's see. Yep, I muted myself to have to say for a hot second. He said, praying for you, gave me that. Keep you. Hey man, thanks, man. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. He said the dinosaurs in the state of play game looks a little disappointing. Hopefully they show more and gets better. Yeah, it looked it was just a bunch of dinosaurs. I mean, like the mech suits, you know, they look pretty good, but you know, and everything else, I was like, I would tell you without a shadow of a doubt, man. It's two things that caught my attention from the show. One, listen, I think people underestimate the Returnal co-op. Now, hold up, now that caught my attention. I was like, hey, because Returnal is a good game, even though your boy didn't finish it, but it's a good game, man. And to play co-op, I would love to like dig into that game with my son. I would absolutely love it. So yeah, definitely that, and of course the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. That man, listen, you getting 13 games for $40, man. Anybody, I heard there was some complaints about it being too expensive, man. That game, for it to be $40, sign me up. Sign me up, buddy. Yeah, and I'm definitely, you know what, it's gonna sell the most on the Switch. But everything else, I was just like, oh, okay. Everything else was like, you know, it was steady play. So sorry to hear that. You be our thoughts, and if you need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Hey man, listen man, I thank you man for kind of what man. I think at this stage of the game, man, just you know what, just your prayers, man, and will be sufficient. I think at the end of the day, man, I don't know about you guys, but you know, man, I believe in God, man, and I believe I serve a mighty God, and even in the worst situations, man, I know He has me, and He will continue to have me and have my family. And I'm just gonna pray. I'm gonna pray continuously, man, that God bless him and God heal those who need to be healed, man. So yeah, I know you got my back, man. I appreciate you. And that's all right. That's standard game. Is it's one of them situations where without going into detail, is that there's nothing that I could physically do to change what is attempting to transpire. And in them situations, it's best that if I could just pray and get out the way, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pray and get out the way, and let my Father who is in heaven do what He do best. All right, man. Yo, Stone Cold is going to be at WrestleMania. I read that today, man. Oh man, listen. You know what? I have. Let me move this out of my head all in the way. I am a big. Well, I used to be a big wrestling fan. I'm a big Stone Cold Steve Austin fan. Big Stone Cold fan. To hear that, oh man, listen. I am. It was ecstatic. It almost makes me want to start watch wrestling again, Because I haven't watched wrestling like continuously, probably, man, about 5 years. And I used to be a huge wrestling fan. I mean, going to the events, oh man, but it got kind of, out of the way. Matter of fact, I think the story became so convoluted that I just lost interest. And so Stone Cold coming back, man, that might help me out. It's going to be a deeper conversation after Friday, because if data miners, but Dino Jungle from Double Dash should be coming sooner than later. Hey man, I've prayed through traumas and tragedies, even when it isn't in our vision. Blessings and miracles are real. Absolutely, absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. It's where I have to, ground my faith. Sometimes, man, we look at bad situations, man. We say, where is God? Where is He in them situations? And I tell you, He's always present. He's always ever present, even in the worst situations. He causes all things for our good. And so even in this situation, He's going to cause it for our good. And I'm just going to continue to pray His strength over me and my fam. All right. Middle Girl said, I am definitely buying that Ninja Turtle collection. $40, 13 games. Heck yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Absolutely, man. Well, because as soon as it popped on screen, I was like, what? I said, man, Turtles in Time? To get Turtles in Time alone, to me, because that was probably my favorite Turtle game, I was like, sign me up. But to get a total of 13 games, man, great value, man. Yeah, growing up in our era, we had the biggest stars. Yeah, we did. Oh man, man. Back in the days, man, when you would live to watch Monday Night Raw just to hit a rock, just to hit a rock. Say get couple and say, you know what? Do you like potato pie? No, do you like sweet potato pie? Sweet potato pie? No one cares what you to love that. Is to love that, man. Cause Stone Cold said so. I said, I feel bad for Big E breaking his neck wrestling, but he's always so positive. Even now, he's thankful for his blessings. Man, yep. Yes, and that's right. R.I.P. Scott Hall, man. Man, when Scott Hall and the NWO, man, those were great wrestling days, man. Great wrestling days, man. Hold on, let me get you on the your Twitch account on the board, Steve. Gotcha. Oh shoot, my bad. Vic, let me get you on the board. I'm put Vic's Twitch. All right. Come on now, act right. All right. Vic says, "Hey, gaming dad, if you could make a little cameo in the game, what game would you choose? Kind of like RGT85 in the wrestling game." All right. Oh, that's dope. That's a dope question. You know what? I would love to be an extra and like Metal Gear Solid. I would absolutely love to be an extra. Or that's a good question, man. Metal Gear Solid comes to mind, man, because Metal Gear Solid 4 is probably one of my top 5 video games of all time. I love that game. I don't know. I would want to be in Zelda, and I wouldn't want to be in Mario, but Metal Gear Solid, sign me up. Absolutely, sign me up. Or make me some form of villain, or some in like Castlevania or Resident Evil. I would dig that too. That's a great question, Vic, man. Tell you, listen, Vic, man, you listen. I salute you, man. All right. Gamer says, I've never played Turtles in Time, but always wanted to. I had the Hyperstone Heist version, but Turtles in Time and the arcade games was enough for me. Listen, growing up and playing arcade, it's not too many people I talk to that can say, you know what, listen, I remember as a kid going to the arcade before they were like consoles. You went to the arcade and paid quarters to play a certain game, like, Donkey Kong, Burger Time, Pac-Man. Them games got played in the arcade, at Street Fighter, Virtual Fighter, Mortal Kombat. What is another one? Another one of my favorite arcades, Killer Instinct. Oh man, Killer Instinct arcade, man. It was just something about that announcer, man. Like I don't know what they did. That announcer's voice, man, is just still prevalent today in my head. Ultra combo. So I've been thinking about trying to watch wrestling again. I was a big fan in my teen years, but I don't even recognize 8% of these people anymore. And I'm right along with you. I'm right along with you. I just don't recognize so many of them. Like, you say Stone Cold, that might get me. That might bring me back in. But some of these new ones, I was like, it is what it is. You could be a random guard, right? This is what to be a random guard. Let me wear my shirt, or let me wear a hat. Let me wear a hat, come through there and get popped, or let me come through there and have my little. I would be all about that. Gave me that want to be an NPC engineer on Metal Gear reboot. Absolutely, man. Sign me up today. You know what, man? I watched. Speaking of NPCs, I watched Free Guy on Netflix. I think it was on Netflix. But Free Guy. What's the guy who played Deadpool? Golly, I can't think of his name. However, that was a good movie. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend. Free Guy was good and funny. It was entertaining. Free Guy. Definitely put that one on your radar. It said, back in my day, Kane was tearing off cell doors. Now he's a mirror. Right. Oh, man, back in my day, man, I was a Hulkamaniac, man. I was a Hulk Hogan maniac, buddy. Oh, man, he did something about when he got hit, and he just hit again. Loved it. Gaming Dad wouldn't see himself in the game. It would still be in the rapping after a year. And you're right. That's what and you're right. Nah, man, listen, if I was in the game, I would play it immediately. Oh, see, Chris, NBA Jam, you know this. I forgot. Bro, we getting an arcade version of TMT and Turtles in Time. Yes. NBA Jam, man, was just like, listen, don't get me wrong. I think NBA Playgrounds were pretty good, especially the first one. The second one, man, they tried to microtransaction you to death. I was like, nope, I didn't give it no love. But NBA Jam, the first one to me was like, man. And, I'm a hometown guy, man, so I didn't play with a bunch of cats that dunked on you. I played with the Pistons, man, and I used to beat the piss off of people. Whew. I mean, beat them bad, because I would have Ben Lambert and Isaiah, and they would just shoot three. Just shoot. If you didn't get back fast enough to stop that three, buddy, it was over. It's a wrap. Killer Instinct is a classic. CCC combo breaker. Yeah, man, combo breaker, boy. I did. Oh, Steve M., you right. Growing up, we had Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. Man, in the arcade, that was a classic. Moonwalker was a classic. Golly. I remember being in high school on half a days. It was a store. I lived in Detroit. So there was a store that was probably maybe a half a mile from the school. And we would walk to that store and we would have like $5 in quarters, man. We would just play Michael Jackson's Moonwalker over and over until all the money was gone. Great game. He said Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, Killer Instinct, House of the Dead. Hey, speaking of House of the Dead, man, I just pre-ordered House of the Dead for the Switch. I think it's $40. And so I was listening to RGT85, and he was talking about the possibility of them having a light or bringing light guns to the Switch, which I believe will be super dope especially with these Joy-Cons. Because you know what? Because the Joy-Cons are so small. Yeah, but to play it with the Joy-Cons, the sensor is going to be pointing really at me, not really pointing at the screen like it should. So I don't know. I don't know how you get around that. That's going to be, I don't know. But if I had some form of gun, buddy, sign me up. The House of the Dead, buddy. Woo, that's another good one. And you know what? This arcade games in general, man, was just such a phenomenon. You know what? That's one thing I wish my children would have experienced is going to an arcade and playing arcade classics. That whole arcade environment was just super dope. Chris said, I did background extra and stand and work on free. What? Oh, that is dope, man. Chris, man, you're a legend. You listen you're a legend on the ones on the MIC. Say I haven't seen it yet, but I may be in the scene where the developer boss arguably runs onto the elevator. I need to look. You gonna make me go back and check. You gonna make me go back and check. Said I ran off it, scared of him. All right, it is Pi Day. You know what? My wife is usually on my wife is a math teacher. And she's getting her master's degree in mathematics. Crazy, right? But and she usually always supports Pi Day. And you know what? She has not said anything to me. For those you don't know pi, pi is 3.14. I don't know all the digits. My wife do. Why not? She knows all the digits. Says I've been in a game. I face scan in NBA 2K. I never do the face scans. I'm like, nah, I just make up somebody. What are the chances of them porting or remaking a Michael Jackson game? Oh, man, it's probably slim to none, man. Cause I bet you that license, the Michael Jackson's license, especially after he passed, it's probably crazy. I believe the family has hired a management company to manage his assets and licenses. But man, I believe it's dope. I believe that is a Sega title. I think Sega owns probably the code, but the Moonwalker, and the Michael Jackson's likeness and license is owned by the family. So unless they're trying to pay that bucks to make it happen, I will be down to rebuy it, hands down. It can't. You know what? It came to consoles. It came to the Genesis, and it was okay. It still wasn't quite as good as arcade. To me, I would want the arcade original ported. That would be dope. That would be dope. He said he has a few. Daytona USA was my jam in the arcades. You know what, man? And was it Cruising? How was the name of that game? That game is good. Daytona USA though, yeah, that was pretty dope in the arcade. That Cruising game on the Switch is pretty good too. So we actually have a retro arcade about an hour away from me. It's called 1984, and it's like $10 for the day. Golly, what a concept! What a concept! No quarters necessary except for pinball. Man, what a concept for an arcade. Man, listen, you'd be surprised. Like people would pay that if it's in the right location. Like if you open up one of those there, man, like in the heart of New York or the heart of some of these major cities, man, you would probably have a great turnout. Man, that is a dope concept. I wish there was something like that around me. Dance Revolution was my go-to in the arcade. Me and my brothers and cousins would go at me and my cousins would go at it and compete. Or would at be compete. I'm still go at it and compete. I was never good at Dance Resolution, even though I like playing that. I like watching other people play it. But I sucked. It says too many people lies on Mike's name. Want to see that game release? Yeah, man. A lot of people lied on MJ's name, man. Okay, you talking to Vic. All right, good people. Listen, man, that was a great little conversation, man. I know we kind of started off with the state of play, but we're gonna dig right on into Steamdeck 2 release date, price point, specs, and performance. Of course, this is our article is definitely hypothetically talking about it, but it's something that, hey, you know what? It's a question really that I kind of have for not only us, but you know what? I'm getting the Steam Deck whenever they send me out an email and say, hey, it's your time to pay. But however, how soon were we talking about Steam Deck 2? See, sometimes, you know, I look at it from standpoint is that the Steam Deck is competing with the Switch, no matter if the Switch is competing with the Steam Deck. And I believe that anytime that they can convince more third-party people to play their games on Steam compared to playing it on, let's say, a PlayStation or an Xbox or a Nintendo Switch successor, they are in competition with the Switch. So the question I posed, I want to pose, I'm gonna sit. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do a poll on this one here. Will the Steam Deck 2 come out the same year, around the same time, same window as Nintendo Switch 2? And to me, I believe that it would. I think it would be if I'm Steam Deck, I think it's smart, especially if they have the tech and the specs. So to do that, it would have to be, you know, at least announced 2024. You have to like really announce. I wonder who's up there making all that noise, knowing that I'm down here streaming. My family boy, I tell you. But yeah, that I would really wonder that. And so I read this here, and of course, you know, after you read it through it, you know, it's all, you know, it's a bunch of hypotheticals. So like so Gabe, the co-founder and president of Valve, nonchalantly confirmed the existence of a Steam Deck 2 in an interview with Edge magazine, saying that the release of the company's handheld gaming PC would help frame our thinking for Steam Deck 2. Gabe also elaborated that the design of the new deck would concern itself with capitalizing on the capabilities that mobile gives us above and beyond what we would get in a traditional desk or a laptop gaming environment. He said a mouthful. Of course, this is not new. Of course, they probably started developing Steam Deck 2 as soon as they finished announcing Steam Deck 1. So the prototypes of Steam Deck 2 was probably already in full swing. Now, what's interesting is what he said is about, you know, how they're gonna look at it and then the capabilities that mobile gives us. So that tells me that this next one could very well have some form of cellular 5G connection, which would be, I think, a great thing to have in a Steam Deck. Now, I don't know what that does for battery life, but that would be phenomenal. And the question would be, you know what? How can the Steam Deck continue to put itself in a position to thoroughly advance without having to continue to upgrade and push things out. Very interesting article. I mean, he said a mouthful, but once again, this is all hypotheticals. You know what? So I'm gonna get to some questions. Let's see, and then we'll come back. Basil Wati says Sega World was awesome in London before it closed. That was about $10 free arcade all day. Oh man. So Sega World was an arcade in the UK, in London. Oh man. I can only imagine. Vic says, if Nintendo has cloud games now, what would happen to them when the next Switch comes out? Will they remain cloud games, or will they be native? Oh, great question. Knowing Nintendo, okay, because I don't think this is a Nintendo issue. I think it's the companies that make the cloud games. Would it be worth, at that standpoint, making physical versions of a lot of these cloud games? That's the major question. Are these companies going to put forth the money to make these physical and put those out on the Switch, or or just leave them as cloud? I just wonder how. I really wonder. We'll probably never know the actual sales numbers of some of these cloud games, and I don't think they're very good, because I believe if they were good, Nintendo would advertise that. But I would really like, if that information, that's a piece of information I would really like to know. How many cloud versions of these games were sold? As a matter of fact, which out of all the cloud versions, which one is the best selling cloud version game on the Nintendo Switch? So to answer your question, I don't think we get a native. I don't think these companies are gonna be willing to put forth that kind of effort. But to me, like, if anybody it should be Square Enix, because Kingdom Hearts games would sell tremendously well on the Switch. Tremendously. I think that was whoever green lighted to say, you know what, we just put them all on the cloud version. That's it. Whoever made that decision was a fool. Especially with all these great companies out here now that can definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, put these games out there and it wouldn't be any problem. What's going on, Ruben? How you doing, man? Happy Monday to you. Let me get you on the board. Did I spell that wrong? I think so. Now, we just talking about a little Steamdeck. Answer some questions. Rubio said, what's up to everybody? Only one I was going to try was Guardians of the Galaxy. You know what? I played the demo on the Switch, and it was decent. It still was like, it was too choppy, too buggy to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to go out and buy this game. But you know what? I really, the only one I thought about buying was Control, because I was like, I like the concept, but I ended up finding Control on the Xbox for like $10 during Black Friday. It's in the box. It's still wrapped up. It's on the shelf. But one day, I'm gonna get to it. Basil YT Guerrilla Tactics says, at work, but put me on the wheel. CMG Mendez ain't winning tonight. Shout out to Guerrilla Tactics. Your boy Mendez got bars, man. He put his video on Twitter, if you have not seen it, and he got bars, man. Put some respect on his name. I mean, put some respect on my name. Grid Tactics is on the board, ladies and gentlemen. Chris said, even if I win, I still lose. I win every week. What else do I gotta prove? But you know what? Listen, I forgot. I'm gonna put myself on the board tonight. Gotcha. I'm on the board before Grid Tactics warns me and threatens me. All right. So, given that Valve just launched the inaugural Steam Deck, we shouldn't expect the Steam Deck 2 release date to come around anytime soon. However, this doesn't mean that we couldn't see refined versions of the existing deck in the near future, similar to how Nintendo refreshes its Switch lineup with an OLED model. So last week we talked about the possibility of, if there is a new Steam Deck, would you be willing to upgrade? Now, what the question, and I think we never asked, and we probably should have asked, what would make you want to upgrade from the current Steam Deck to a more advanced Steam Deck? What would it need to have? You know what? If the only thing that was the difference between the Steam Deck and, let's say, a new refresh was a better screen, I wouldn't upgrade. A better screen, better battery, maybe, because these systems are not cheap. You know, they're quite expensive. But to get a system with a new screen and a more powerful battery to be able to take it on the go might entice me. But if they did that and maybe added some like more horsepower, that would be the refresh I would need and I would want to upgrade to. Especially if I can get one of these bad boys this year. Or maybe if they did the screen, better battery, and gave us the white version. Look at that white version on the screen, man. That is impressive. That's a nice looking system. If it came out in white like that, I really, really would be about that. That white looks really, really good. Those are great questions. Gabe previously described hitting the $399 USD mark of Steam Deck base model as painful. So it's possible that Steam Deck 2 could cost more, especially given the price of the materials needed to make PC components and continue to rise. However, Valve may be able to offset the lower profit margin of entry-level Steam Deck 2 models by producing more high-spec variants. You know what? I don't know. I don't know if they do it. I don't think they do it that way. I don't foresee the Steam having like, tiers of Steam Deck. I think that takes away from, what the Steam Deck currently is. I love the fact that, it's small differences, but they all kind of play the same games. The key is, you want to be able to provide a quality experience across all levels and not just have certain games play good on this model, but not play good on your first model. So I think Valve has to keep it level. They have to keep it level. Cause I think any variance in that really can come back to backfire on them. You know me, Bazawati says. It needs loads more memory to make me get it. Ha! You know what? You talking about like RAM or like storage? Yeah, but I want the games to run well. I would love a Steam Deck that was like, hey, you know what? All the games, 60 frames per second, no problem. And we're gonna give you like a 4-hour battery. To me, that's a true Steam Deck 2. I don't got to fit around with nothing. Straight out the box, it's 60 frames per second, no matter what the game I put in there. Now that's saying something. Yeah, I'm really interested to get one because I really would like to play with the settings and say, you know what, what's going to be the settings that works for me? Because the great thing about the Steam Deck is that you can kind of customize that bad boy to as you put games in, it just works the way you would prefer to play. So can't wait. I'll get one eventually, sooner or later. Storage. That's what YT says. Storage. Yeah, but you know what? Look, from the videos I saw, games, you know what? They load up and run pretty good off that that micro SD. But I really wanted to pop off the hard drive. I want games to be like no load times. I would love games with no load times. All right. Don't care about spec, don't care about performance, because those things are all really speculative. But I would definitely a version that has 5G connectivity would be interesting. If the 5G was any good, it would be interesting. Now, quick news, real quick. Overwatch 2 beta announced. I thought I saw a date. Okay, it says while the beta doesn't have an exact release date, it'll be held in late April, according to Blizzard announcement shared on Thursday. Now, my biggest question, and which this article did not answer, are we getting a beta for the Switch? Because believe it or not, man, Overwatch, even at 30 frames per second on the Switch, was pretty good, man. Pretty good. Enjoyable. I look at games like, can I enjoy the game? Does it going down to 30 frames compared to 60 hurt the game in such a fashion where I can't enjoy it? And I didn't get that vibe from Overwatch 2. I thought it was done very well. But I would prefer 60 frames per second. There's a clear difference in playing NBA 2K on the PS5 with 60 frames per second compared to playing it at 30 frames per second on the Switch. There's a clear difference in playability, how it controls, how it handles. You know, it's a difference, big time difference. I like playing on my Switch. Hands down I do, but I would like to be able to play more games at 60 frames per second. Don't want to talk about that right now. Maybe not. Talk about that. PlayStation State of Play. We talked about this a little bit earlier. I couldn't figure out the name of this RPG. What was if those who watched this the State of Play, the last action RPG they showed on the show, I thought was very good. And it's this one right here over to the left. I don't even know the name of it, but I was just like, man, that was a good little RPG. I'd be definitely looking for. Hey, what's going on? Just like candy. Ow. How you doing? Look who's still awake. Yes, you are. How you doing? Let me get you on the board, Candy. Just like candy. Ow. Check it. Candy's on the board. Let me get back. So we talk about the State of Play. We kind of touch base on it a little bit. Like, hey, we can definitely agree that the game of the show to me was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Cowabunga Collection. That's a day one pickup. Day one. No said on that. And I believe it's physical. Also, Returnal co-op free download. Sign me up. All right, Geeky is back. Guess who's back? Back again. Geeky's back. Tell a friend. But I couldn't think of the name of this RPG because I felt like, hey, this RPG right here, the one that towards the end of the show, was really, really good. I think that the issue with the State of Play for me is that they didn't have any big hitters. It wasn't like it was no clear home run, even though like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle was like a great triple, but it wasn't a home run. It wasn't like, oh my goodness, knocking out the park. And I believe they needed one more game to kind of really like, to me, push it to that B. So I gave it a strong C, like a 75. It was decent. I like how they was game with a bunch of fluff. Some of the games, there you go, Vacuum Asylum, I believe. Yeah, that's right. That is the name of the game. I couldn't think of. I know it starts with a V, but I couldn't figure out the name of it. But it probably, and I like action RPGs, so this like is right up my alley. So I thought that was pretty dope. To me, these were my 3 games of the show. Everything else, I was like, But I overall as the show, I liked it because it had great pacing. It was like, I think a lot of these companies like, PlayStation and Xbox, they're really starting to pay attention to how Nintendo handles these kind of directs. And Nintendo is like, game. We give you a little bit of fluff, but we're not gonna ride it too long. And I think that's what it is. CMG, what's going on, my guy? Let me get CMG on the board. Did I miss anybody else? I don't think. All right, I think I got everybody. All right, let me go ahead and get back to my screen. Candy says, I'm good. Been missing y'all because I'm old and tired. Now, listen, don't claim it. I'm old too, but I don't claim it. I'm a firm believer that, you know what? To be young is to always think and act young. Candy, how old are you? You don't mind me, man, you putting your business out there in YouTube land. Because, I don't mind putting my age. Your boy will be 47 in May. 47. I am a Taurus, the bull. 47 in May. But I always think young. The game is called Bakery something. CMG said, what up, Gaming Dad? What's going on? He said, what's up, chat? He said, oh, man, bad news. Scott Hall passed away. Yeah, man, we talked about that a little bit earlier. Wrestling, man, wrestling was definitely part of my upbringing. Scott Hall, NWO, man, listen, great wrestling. CMG said working on a new video. Man, I need to be doing the same thing you're doing. Look, I have tons of video kind of like recorded, but like editing these videos, man. I need to go ahead and buckle down. I know tonight, my mission tonight when I get off the stream is to I'm gonna work out for about 20 minutes and then I'm going to edit a video and prepare myself for school tomorrow. That is my plan. Now, do it happen? I don't know. I need to edit some pictures as well, but I'm gonna edit a video. I need some more content out there. Katie said, ha ha ha, I am an 80s baby. See, listen, I said, oh, good. 80s baby, you all right with me. I'm a 70s baby. 75, all the way live. All right. So, getting back to PlayStation State of Play, you know what? It didn't have any, like I said before, it didn't have a home run. We didn't hear anything about God of War. I didn't think we were. I didn't think we were going to hear anything, about, they already said there was no PSVR going to be there. I think all those heavy hitters come at E3. And we're going to talk about E3 tonight, man. You know what? I think we'll get there. I'll talk about E3. I'm not going to go too much into it right this second. Where is, I thought I had an E3 article pulled. I'm tripping. What? Why I didn't do nothing? This is from Mashable. He said E3 isn't happening in 2022, but cloud gaming could bring previews to people at home. That would be dope. I will be all about that. If companies were saying, hey, you know what, you could play our, we got a free, at E3 build demo of the game. You could try it out, get some feedback, blah, blah, blah. here it is. You know what? I would be all about that, man. That would be, to me, that would really put icing on the cake. And I wanted to make this comment earlier about PlayStation. I think PlayStation not being in last 3 years E3 hurt them. I think them skipping E3 is a bad decision. I know they kind of want to control their own narrative, don't want to complete, but when you have the gaming world watching this particular week, you want to jump on top of that. You want to be a part of that, because if not, you're not part of the conversation. And people that typically would be talking about PlayStation games are not. They're talking about Xbox and Nintendo. I think that was to me another situation where whoever greenlighted that decision need to be fired. To me, it's certain people that need to be fired. Those people that did that, those people who said, you know what, maybe we shouldn't have Madden on the Switch. Fire that guy. Whoever made that decision, fire them. To me, that's a dumb decision. You know what? People who say, you know what, maybe GoldenEye won't work on the Switch. Whoever made that decision is dumb. It just like certain games should be on certain systems, and make a decision to put yourself in the best light possible. And when you have the whole gaming world looking at you, you jump out there, put your best foot forward. So Sony not to be there last year was, to me, stupid. And it's a good chance they might not be here this year. They might take that same stance, you know what? But one thing that's hurting PlayStation is that, yeah, we know about certain games is coming, but it's still not a whole lot of games. It's still like there's nothing. I'm like, oh my goodness, I just can't wait to play. True enough, hey, God of War, it's gonna get bought, hands down, day one. But what else? Help me out. What else am I missing that's coming out on the PlayStation that I just gotta have this year? Because Horizon Forbidden West is out. Besides God of War, Gran Turismo is out. Even though I didn't pick it up yet, and I probably won't. Sorry. But what other games does Sony have to come out with? And I think that's gonna be an issue. But having cloud versions of some of these demos for the public to play, could you imagine, saying Nintendo or Microsoft is having like an E3 section on their game store where you can go in and play the demos of these games that they're trying to promote on release? Super dope. Super, 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 super dope. You get to play, you get to download, play the demo to say 3 times. You play it 3 times, that's it. You know what? And they get to collect all that data and you ship that off to the company. That's smart decision. To me, that's a smart decision. Now, the only thing about it, it's got to be a cloud version, because if you do some form of data version of it or some form of download version of it, then, data miners can go through and pick through, the code, things of that nature. But if you can somehow prevent that and just let people just play the demos, you got a win-win. You got a win-win for the company. Everybody get to try your games for free. And maybe give you some feedback. Maybe they can do some giveaways, all kind of stuff to make this thing happen. But E3, as I'm gonna lead this article up, because we're gonna talk about E3 and what to expect. Even though Nintendo has not confirmed, I do believe Nintendo will be there in some form or capacity. Will they take the same route they took with the original Breath of the Wild? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like predicting where Breath of the Wild drops is harder and harder as each day gets closer to the end of the year. It's a hard decision because you just really don't know what they're going to do. Because if you watch Common Realm, that's another great YouTuber, man. I love Common Realm. I don't know if it's that accent, but I love and thoroughly enjoy watching their videos. Now, it's kind of hard to say when Breath of the Wild is going to come out, but they make a great point. And the point that Common Realm made was that Zelda could very well be March 3rd, 2023. And the only way that, to me, I guess the only way, but that could very well happen, especially if they have a strong Christmas game. Now, what that's going to be, we don't know. E3 hopefully should tell us quite a bit. That's why I'll be happier about E3 once Nintendo confirms. Now, Jeff Grubb has said that Microsoft is already prepping for an E3 style event. Of course, Xbox has not officially said anything, but his connection saying that emails has went out to different, to get their stuff prepared and ready to be showcased, and they're going to do some form of E3 live event like they typically do, which is great. But to me, for E3 to be even considered on that level, it has to have Nintendo. I think without Nintendo, E3 is just But if it has Nintendo, then it has some meat, and we have something really to look forward to. But yeah, man, cloud versions of some of these demos would be great. Gaming Dad can't reboot The Apprentice. That's funny. CMG said, man, I still love my consoles, but our Amazon Luma is knocking on the door. And Stadia. You know what? I think I read you said something, CMG. I don't know if it was on Twitter. How saying like you love your consoles, but you hear a lot of people bashing Stadia. You know what? Listen, I won't bash nothing I haven't tried. I haven't tried Stadia, so I won't bash it. Nintendo are on the board directors of ESA. They will be there. Ooh, you know what? I'm glad I've got that. They are there. They are on the board. I think game trial of demo Switch Sports may allude to E3 demo plans. March 2023, quarter 4 2023, fiscal year for Nintendo. Yeah, exactly. And so that was what Common Ram was saying. It's like, hey, you know what? Even if it does come March 3rd, it still is in that fiscal year, because that fiscal year goes all the way to March, to the end of March 31st. So they would have that, they can claim those sales on this fiscal year. Now the question would be, does it launch with new hardware? I think if it comes out this year, it doesn't launch with new hardware. But if they are able to push it back, if they say, for instance, if they have a strong game in the card, just say, for instance, if a Metroid Prime remake and a Mario game launches November, December, then I can see them push. It's logical to push Breath of the Wild to 2023. And to me, to be honest, I would prefer that route compared to getting a game that's buggy or not finished, or we gotta have a bunch of DLC. I would prefer that. Push it back to March, and make it happen. One thing about, remember when the Switch launched? I know a lot of us were. It seemed like it was just yesterday. And that January Direct, they kind of announced like, hey, this is what the hardware does. These are the games. This is when we're launching. All right. Can we see Nintendo kind of repeating that? You see Nintendo maybe saying, hey, maybe E3, we give you guys a name. We give you a new trailer, we give you a name, but we don't give you no release date. And then we hold that, and they stay true to that. And then come come January, let's say we give you guys, here's the Switch, here's Zelda, or do we get a release date for Zelda in September? We usually get a September direct, right? September, I don't know. I mean, there's so many ifs. It's like, to me, it's like before you can kind of like, even with the Switch, you kind of predict something. You knew Nintendo wasn't. They was probably rushing it to market anyway because sure they was bleeding money. But this is different. This is a tad bit different because, to be honest, they could, in theory, go. They don't have to have new hardware. They can just, once again, give you just a little trinket, a little extra, and then continue to push it forward. Interesting. Oh man, I just absolutely love being a gamer. I love it, love it, love it, love it. But you know what? Another big news. You know what? I know we can. I'm tripping. I don't care if you know my little passcode. If you caught it that quick. So where is it at? I know. I think this is huge. And so if you take E3, right? This is the reason why I'm like, of course, Chris, said they on the board at ESA. I forgot about that. That is true. But before then, I was like, what would be so perfect for Super Nintendo World in Hollywood to open up the same month as E3? Now, if they can somehow say, hey, because now Nintendo, they got their own little spot, right? They own Universal Campus. Well, you know what? Hey, you want to play some of these demos? Come join us at Super Nintendo World 2023. You want to play the new Switch? You want to play it early? Come in. They got so many more options now. It's like, but your boy is going. This is in Hollywood, in LA. I've already mapped it out. Like, our family is not going. We're not going any really majorly. We're not doing a major vacation this year because next year will be my daughter's, high school graduation. It'll be really our last official vacation with her kind of being, in the fold. And we've already decided that we're going to LA. And we're going to be here at the opening. For those of you that know, Super Nintendo World in LA is open up in 2023. I believe the one in Florida is either the year after or 2025. Here nor there, it doesn't matter. I just know for sure your boy is going. I'm going out there, and I hope it's around E3 time. I'm really hoping that, hey, because it's 2023, so I'm really hoping that, hey, we get E3 back in person, and I can make it one big old family trip. We're going to go to E3. We're going to go to Super Mario World. It's Universal. We're going to do it up big. We're going to probably stay in Burbank. Man, if you ever been to California, man, and Burbank is where they used to film The Tonight Show back when they had Jay Leno. But Burbank is beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We stay right in the heart downtown Burbank. You can walk to everything. They got a nice theater, nice little shops, man. It's just perfect. But it's money. It's money everywhere. Oh, my goodness. I bet you right now, everybody and their mama got a Tesla down there in Burbank. But Burbank is a beautiful place. So you'll go to California, and it's like, it's maybe like not even a 20-minute drive from downtown LA, driving to the Staples Center. It's wonderful, wonderful. I know I went off on a tangent, but I bring this Super Mario World. I'm so excited for it to be 2023, and if they can open that bad boy up right around E3 time, it will be a triple hit. I'll get them both in that day, boy. That'll be great. All right. Ubisoft, subject to cyber security incident, but no player data was compromised. So they say. It's always what they say. But the key is what did they steal? And would they get played like NVIDIA got played? They just like, all right, you don't want to do that? We're going to put all your stuff out there. All right, if we haven't heard anything else, maybe Ubisoft paid the ransom. I don't know. but I think that would be correct. You know what? I didn't. I had to go back to some of the comments. Let me get in there. Say, CMG says Stadia versus Luna. I gotta see some more games before I really jump on the Luna bandwagon. I gotta see some more games. Gotta see some more games. Or not you. You're good. SOC is in the building. What's going on, SOC? Let me get you on the board, buddy. SOC. My boy Quake 311's in the building. He made it. What's going on, my brother? CMG says, I will always be a Nintendo fan. Hopefully, they'll announce a more powerful Switch. Then I will buy it for sure. I'm telling you, listen, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love my OLED. But I'm gonna, whenever that new one comes out, but I'm gonna be on that one too. Brazil YT says GTA 5 next gen version should be a free. It should be, but I don't think it is. I think you gotta pay. You know, Rockstar, you know, they about their money. I feel like Breath of the Wild 2 is becoming like like the original Breath of the Wild, where it was coming out for the Wii U and the Switch, and maybe Breath of the Wild 2 gets delayed in 2023 and releases on the Switch and next model gen, next Switch. Yeah, man, a lot, man. You know what? And I think to me, that's a smarter decision. I think financially, because the Switch is going to sell regardless, and it still continues to sell regardless, that having it come out in 2023 is the smarter decision, especially if they launch it with new hardware. If it comes out in 2023 and they launch it with new hardware, then you know what? It's gonna push that hardware, because what made the original Switch so popular is because Breath of the Wild was a launch title with it. And you know what? We didn't care, like, you really didn't care about any other games. Like, yeah, I bought Bomberman, and yeah, I bought 1-2 Switch. Shame on me. But I didn't bought Fast RMX. But I didn't really buy anything else. I bought Graceful Explosion Machine. I think that came out like a little bit later. But you know what? That was really about it. You know, it was Breath of the Wild, and we played the absolute piss out of that game. Why isn't Dr. Mario on the Switch yet? I'm gonna put yet. Listen, best believe, man. Somehow, some way, that game is coming. And hold on. Is Dr. Mario on the? I believe Dr. Mario is like on the. You can get Dr. Mario on the original NES, and I believe it is on the online. But a Switch version of Dr. Mario, I don't know. Peanut butter, no jam, no jam. Tell me now. Shout out to Kings of Comedy. All right. So C said, I meant it technically is though Switch is online. Oh yeah, you must be talking about Dr. Mario. Okay, yeah, I agree. Milo, what's going on, man? How are you doing, man? We miss you, man. How's work, man? This is one of my former students, man. I love this guy, man. I'm so glad he's like a whole adult now, out there doing adult things. But I got you on the board, Milo. 2002. Yes, at Victor Roman. Like the OLED a lot. Yeah, I like my OLED. Said need to release Dr. Luigi. With a yup. Wife plays on the NES online, but wants an updated one without the L shape. Okay, gotcha. I don't know, man, because I don't know. I don't know if Nintendo is going to put forth the finances to make that. To me, it shouldn't take a lot to make that game, you know, updated. The year of the Luigi. Milo says, man, I moved to Savannah and about to start trade school. Absolutely phenomenal, man. Kids, give Milo the hand. So glad, man. Moved to Savannah and about to start the trade school. That was the plan, buddy. I'm glad you're sticking with it. Very good. Very proud of you. Very, 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 very proud of you. All right. Got Milo on the board. Let's see. Let's get off of this here. Getting back to the cybersecurity. You know, I think this is gonna be one of them stories. I'm not gonna dig too deep into it. Is that we're gonna have to wait and see how much data was really lost. You know, it's easy. One thing, man, I've learned, especially being an adult and watching a lot of news, is that people will lie. People will tell you exactly what you want to hear. They'll show you images that you exactly want to see. And so I'll wait until all the cookies is released on this story before I delve into it. For them to say confidently that no player data was compromised. Of course, you're supposed to say that because the minute player data is compromised, then you get a whole storm you have to deal with. So this is one of those stories that I didn't want to dig into, but I wanted to make an announcement just in case if you're one of the people whose stuff is out of here. 8-Bit Dough, man. Great company, man. Great. They make great controllers, man. 8-Bit Dough announces new Ultimate controller for Xbox. Pre-orders now available. The new controller costs $45. That's great and expected to ship in May. That's a great price. 8-Bit Dough has revealed a new controller for the Xbox Series X and Xbox One. The 8-Bit Dough Ultimate, this is the catcher, wired controller for Xbox is now available for pre-order on Amazon. The gamepad is slated to ship on May 31st at a price of $45, and it offers many of the same features found in the popular 8-Bit Dough Pro 2 for the Switch and Xbox. Okay, I'm not going to read too much into that, but I will say that it's wired. You know what? Remember, like, you know, having a wired controller wasn't like, you know, like this ugly eyesore it is now. It's like it's an ugly eyesore to have a bunch of cords, you know. And the only time I use wired controllers is when, you know, I just need, you know, more sound input, or I need to have more people play the same game that I'm playing. But man, I'm not paying $45 for a wired controller. Not on their best day. Sorry. If this is wireless, then it's a deal. This $45 for a wired controller? What? Nah. I'm tight. Does the story really mean anything? And I don't think it does. Metroid Dread senior programmer leads Mercury Steam. Joins Call of Duty Warzone mobile developer. He said this was one of the most difficult decisions. It depends how much money they're paying you. I don't know. This is one of them stories like, hey, you know what? He left. You know what? We're not going to really know how detrimental his loss was to the company until, you know what, they get ready to release a new game. So we don't know. But it is still good information to know. We always got somebody to blame just in case the next game comes out and it's doo-doo-licious. That's right, man. I'm glad somebody give my boy Marlo some love, man. That Ubisoft hacked, the group who hacked NVIDIA hinted responsible to it. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Because they got NVIDIA bad. So I only wonder how bad they got Ubisoft. Too busy playing whoever that is on the iPad or Spider Solitaire Arcade. No, Apple Arcade is good, but lags significantly. So I've been hooked on, man, I don't know none of these games, Quake. None. Not one. Ladies and gentlemen, Mario Kart DLC is going to be so fire. I keep thinking about it. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this Friday, 8 p.m., we are battling some Mario Kart. But I need y'all help. I gotta figure out how to do it so I can get everybody, get everybody to play. So I need some help. I play with my kids is one thing, but you know what? I'm about to put on the hat of shame. Like I don't ever set it up. My kids do. They set up all the time. I just jump in. They say, "Hey, Dad, this is your controller." I jump in. I play because I'm usually a guy who don't play with a lot of people online. I'm a loner. I play by myself. So I'm definitely gonna need some help making sure them things happen. I know for sure that I have worked out where Discord, everybody we can kind of get on Discord and talk and chat and all that good stuff. But to making sure that we kind of get in on the same system, I know for sure. Be on the lookout. I believe I have my. If you look through my Discord, I believe my friend code is already posted on my Discord. But I'm gonna make sure that's posted in the general chat so everybody can we can get in. But it's gonna be a bunch of fun, man. Bunch of fun. Your boy definitely, I purchased it, so to get on some of these new tracks is gonna be dope. I'm not very good at Mario Kart, but my kids are, so they're looking forward to it. I believe if my daughter does not have a game, I think she's gonna jump in. I don't know if my son doesn't have a track meet, he's gonna jump in. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be very, very interesting to see. So definitely gonna need you guys' assistance to make sure that happens. So when do we think they'll announce a GCN boards for Mario? Oh, okay, GameCube boards for Mario Superstar. I don't know, man. I would say sooner than later, and you know what? If not, because I mean that's a nice E3. This drops today announcement. Now the likelihood of that happen, I don't know. Chris says, I'm in there. Post your Discord link on Twitter. Absolutely. Yep, I'll do that. I will definitely do that today. Chris said there should be a tournament code we can enter to all, but be in the same group and / rankings. Okay, all right, I see it. I got some work to do. SOC said it's worth it for one of the games in the bundle. I'll definitely recommend it. Which one are you talking about, SOC? Are you talking about the DLC or are you talking about I need to know what you're talking about. So what other game do we think are getting expansion pass DLC packs? Definitely think Mario Party get GameCube boards and 50 to 100 more party games spread out. Yeah, I listen. You said it. Listen, your next comment, I think it kind of really answered it. I believe Splatoon's DLC pack will come bundled in. Now think about it. Listen, if that and Mario Party gets bundled into that same expansion pass, you can't tell me the money you're paying for is not worth it. You absolutely cannot tell me. And to be honest, I mean, I want at the end of the day when Nintendo end up losing money that way. That's a lot of different expansion passes just to say be a part of. And you know what? I really want to know how much did they make off the Super Smash Brothers expansion passes? Just very interesting stuff. I really wish that Nintendo would release. Odd message before that must have not sent resending. Okay, gotcha. Nah, because the free DLC will sell games. Absolutely. Yeah, I agree with that statement too. I just kind of want to know, like, how much is Nintendo really making? Because think about it, it's like that DLC is not gonna really bolster. Well, it could to the bad. That would be a bad statement. I mean, at this standpoint, with over 40 million sold, who hasn't? I guess it's 60 million people who hasn't bought Mario Kart. But yeah, with that expansion, we can almost guarantee this Christmas, the Christmas bundle will be Mario Kart again, without a shadow of a doubt. Especially with the bundle. Chris, a lot of YouTubers who swore they would never buy Mario Kart Deluxe bought it last month. Yeah. Yeah, they did with confidence too. And we still gotta purchase the DLC to play offline. Yeah. Well, you know what? Listen, your boy paid for it. I'll probably be a yearly giver to Nintendo. But yeah, that was a no brainer. Yeah. So next Friday, good people. Next Friday, we decided 8 p.m. will be the time. So jump on in. Make sure that if you're not on my Discord, I'll post it on my Twitter sometime this evening after the show. And my Twitter is gaming_dad3. Or you catch me on Instagram at gamingdad3 as well. I thought this was a funny story because, you know, I got a PPP loan because I got my own business. But you know, I did mine legit. You know, I know people who got like crazy money, who didn't do nothing right what that PPP loan was supposed to do. I did exactly. I took the money that I received and I invested it right back into my company. But it's people like this person right here who's going to jail. They're going to jail. Now, your boy, I made sure that whatever I spent, I get receipts that went directly to the betterment of the company. This guy here, U.S. business owner, spent $57,000, almost $58,000 of COVID relief money on not some, on a Pokemon card. Single. Man sentenced to 3 years in prison. But it's an update. The individual in question has now been named as whoever from Georgia. Oh, dummy. Following his arrest, he has been sentenced to 3 years in prison for using COVID-19 relief money to purchase a rare Charizard card for $57,789, whimpering out of they're wiping out more than half of the $85,000 awarded to him. The cards in question was a first edition Charizard card from 1999. Was graded a 9.5 from professional grading company Beckett. Mr. whoever his name is has agreed to turn the card over to the prosecutor and will be required to pay the $85,000 in restitution alongside an additional $10,000. God almighty. It don't pay to cheat the government. It don't pay. They gave you $85,000, but you know what? You're gonna have to pay all that back. And then, you know, on top of that, you're gonna pay interest. You're gonna pay this extra $10,000. See, the government knew they was doing, man. They was like, go ahead, man, give. And everybody was giving. But you know what? They ain't going out to some of these companies. I'm just saying. They going out to regular folks who was out here buying dumb stuff and lying. They said they had 100 employees. I was like, man, nope. One employee, me. That's it. And that little change they gave me, I made sure. I made sure that I did the right things with it. Buying a Pokemon card was stupid. Stupid. Okay, I digress. I just thought this was a funny story. I was like, that idiot boy. Quake311 says, I finally double dipped on Mario Kart this week. It was down to 40. Played too much of it on the Wii U. Absolutely. Also, so you were one of the ones like, man, I got this game. I'm not buying it. I'm not rebuying it. I was like, nope. It's on my Switch. I can play it portably. I was like, I had to let it go. Mario Kart console bundle, free 3 months expansion pack trial. Golly. Now that is a Thanksgiving nuclear bomb. That if Nintendo does that this Christmas, woo-wee, it makes it really, really tempting. Think about that. You can pick that game up and pick up Animal Crossing and be set. Really, your whole Christmas holiday will be taken up because you will have 2 games that are going to eat up a lot of your attention. That's $40 sale moves. Yeah, moves units, moves big time units. You know what? If Nintendo comes out with a new iteration, let's say for instance, I still believe we're going to get a Pro. I still have that belief. Like, you know what? We're going to get a Pro. That is my belief. I don't think they just turn the corner and go full steam because still, if you're still halfway in your cycle, you're still got to push units even the last third quarter of your cycle, right? And the way they do that is with a Pro, not a brand new unit. And still keep the price, cheap enough where they're making money off every Switch. Because you know what? The great thing about Nintendo, they've been making money off every Switch since it started. So I can only imagine the amount of money they're making off the Switch now. I can only imagine. How much can he sell it for a year later? Right. But he got to turn it in. According to the prosecutor, he got to turn that bad boy in. Golly. And pay the remainder. I think Super Nintendo Switch equals Pro/Switch 2. Yeah. That is a great possibility. I love Super Nintendo Switch as that next iteration name than Switch 2. Super Nintendo Switch, but that is just a great name. It's a game. That's a name that is gonna really help move systems. And then Nintendo will have some deaf gimmicks in 10 years when your console is a mobile smart device that connects to whatever. SOC said, if only I could go back and invest in Nintendo while they were low in 2016 and cash out now. Yeah. Listen, your boy was lucky enough, and I was smart enough that before the Switch dropped, I bought a ton of it. And I cashed out probably right before they hit $50. And I think they're probably like almost at 60 now. But yeah, that was a very, very smart investment. That investment paid for some things. I've definitely made more money back from Nintendo than I've paid out, and I know I can't even tell you how many Switches is in this house. Difference, okay. Don't worry, man. I'm old, man. So, what do those Nintendo dividends look like? The Nintendo dividends is not very good. Even when I had, well over 100 shares, it still was like, they were like every 3 months, and I think the most I brought home from dividends was like $33. It was nothing to write home about by any stretch of the imagination. But I made my money off Nintendo by buying when they were low. I kept trying to tell people, I was trying to tell my brother, I was like, man, you should buy Nintendo. It's low right now, and they're coming out with this. When I knew they're coming out with it, when the rumors was spread, they was like, they're coming out with the Switch. They didn't know it was gonna be, when word kind of got around, it was gonna be this hybrid system. Before they even announced it, it was like rumors, like it's gonna be a hybrid system. It's gonna be, you could connect it to, it was all these different rumors. I was like, they come out with something new, you better jump on it. And I tried to tell my brother, I tried. He was like, man, I don't invest in video games. I said, all right, well, then you lose that money then, buddy. We talk about it now to this day. And he was like, man, I should have listened. Like, you should have followed directions. All right. Nintendo Switch LED. Oh, sorry, I said, look at me. Nintendo Switch led UK console sales in February, but numbers are down year over year. Man, down by 30% compared to 2021. Another month has passed, and Nintendo Switch continues to outperform the competition in the UK thanks to the ongoing supply constraints. Out of a total of 93,000 consoles sold during February, while we don't know the exact cut, Switch took the lion's share of that figure. However, overall Switch sales were down by 30% when compared to the same period in 2021. Agreed. Come on now. I'll accept the cookies. It should be noted that February 2021 saw the release of Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, which no doubt boosted console sales significantly. Total console sales for 2022 are currently down by 33.4% year over year, which will no doubt have a lot to do with the ongoing component shortage. In terms of software, the top 10 charts is unsurprisingly led by From Software's juggernaut Elden Ring. However, I'm just tongue twisted tonight. Pokemon Legends Arceus comes in at number 4, considering Nintendo don't publish digital sales. We'll say the strong performance for the latest from Game Freak. Elden Ring, Horizon Forbidden West, FIFA, Pokemon Legends Arceus, one Nintendo. Looking at this, man, Nintendo only has, let's see, one game in the top 10. Man, Red Dead Redemption 2, where did that come from? It must have been on sale on Steam or something. But Nintendo only, in the UK, Nintendo only has one game in the top 10. That's crazy. I mean, usually, you see quite a few of them, but even Mario Kart is not in the top 10. That's surprising. That is surprising. I want to play Elden Ring so bad, but I say, no, I'm not buying it until I get a Steam Deck. I'm not going to do it. But let's look at the sales in Japan. Triangle Strategy number 1 and Switch family of sales are 96,000, almost 100,000. Let's look at the software. Okay, so Nintendo is a lot stronger over Japan, of course, but number 1 is Triangle Strategy with 86,000, almost 86,000 units. Gran Turismo 7, really, dang, that's a lot. Gran Turismo 7 really is like over 100 and almost 140,000, close to 140,000. Elden Ring PS4, another 55,000. Pokemon Arceus Legends down to still 50,000, 2.1 million units. That's real quick in a little over a month's time. Elden Ring, PS5. So together, that's almost 70,000 units. And so together they've sold, over in Japan, that's really good to sell over 350,000 units. Good old Mario Kart still chugging along, isn't it? Look at that. Super Smash Brothers still chugging along. Mario Party still chugging along. Minecraft still making money. Boy, I tell you, Microsoft hit a home run with picking up that one. All right, so look at the Switch. This is the hardware. Of course, Switch OLED with 55,000. All right, so we got PlayStation 5, 22,000. So a total of 25,000. A total of 25,000 PS5s. Good old Xbox Series X. They're still chugging along. Almost 1,000 this week. well, if you had the Series S, it is over 1,000, but it's like the little engine that could. PS4 had a whole 11. And where are these Nintendo 3DSs coming from? 511? God almighty. Nintendo, buddy. Money making machine. You think they stop prices would be more than what they're offering. Let's get into some comments. SOC says, mark my words. The next generation console will never have Nintendo Switch on it. You'll already have a Switch by moms everywhere will plague them. They will make a new gimmick, maybe still hybrid though. Nah. That next system that hybrid nature is not going nowhere. It's gonna be Switch something. And that's why I said a Super Nintendo Switch is just logical. It's super, Mom. I remember the jump from like regular Nintendo to Super Nintendo. And people were going to the store like, I want that Super Nintendo. Not that original Nintendo, but the super one. Yeah, listen, because you know what, you could tie that to Superman. You know, just too many catchphrases to go along with that. Nah, I disagree with you on that one, SOC. Crazy sales, man. Crazy sales. Let's see. Let's see. Can I go to that screen? All right. I don't know how big I can make this, but I did. Let's see if would I go any farther. That's as far as it's gonna go. Maybe if I did this here. Let's see. Oh, that didn't work either. Let's see. There we go. There we go. That might work. That just might work. All right. So I asked this question about the Sony State of Play, and only 59 people voted. That's okay. However, what was telling is that a lot of people wasn't happy with the State of Play. Because if you take C, D, and F, I mean, that's 60, 70, 79% of all that voted thought that the State of Play was or a failure. And you really look at like 40, was it 45% thought it was a failure. Just a flat out failure, not even like a C. You know, and that's pretty telling that only 23% thought it was, pretty good. I voted for C. I gave it a C, hands down. Cause I just thought, you know what, I like the pacing. They just didn't have any home. They didn't have any games. I was just like, oh my goodness, except for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I thought the update to Returnal was a good one. But everything else, I was just like, I just, I've seen this before. They still don't look that good. Whatever they just didn't show to me enough to qualify a State of Play. Now the performance of the State of Play was good, but overall, I get it. I think I asked another question, and this was a question that Vic posed, I think last week. Said, "Is there such a thing as too much Pokemon?" Because Pokemon is once again releasing 2 new games. And you know what? Later on this year, and like we just got Arceus, and so the question was, "Hey, is there such thing as too much Pokemon?" And out of 48 people, 69% of those people said, "Yeah, I'm just getting into Arceus." And it's like, right. It's like, you know what? I'm just not digging into Arceus. Well, my fact, not your boy. I'm not digging into Arceus yet. I'm playing Horizon Zero Dawn. But then 31% said, nope, keep them Call of Duty style. Keep them coming Call of Duty style. You know what? One thing I remember about Pokemon, you have Pokemon games, you know what? And them bad boys would be like the game of game. Like you people play them games all the time. It didn't matter. You didn't have to have a new iteration. But you know what? I guess Game Freak, like, listen, you guys gonna continue to keep buying it. We'll continue to keep putting it out there. I needed that drink of water. SOC said, I'm looking to buy a new 3D or 2DS XL. Oh, man. Listen, if you can find one, buddy. What's going on? Kenny from the A said, man, I love Arceus. But Kenny, is there such thing as too much Pokemon? Are you looking forward to is it Violet and Charlotte coming out later this year? Kenny, let me get you on the board. Kenny from the A. My dogs is barking for no reason. Mika Gaming says, no thanks on any of the new Pokemon stuff. I'm just going to try out Nexium extension instead. What is that? Is that like a new like kind of type Pokemon game? I would like to know. So as an expansion pack subscriber, I feel like it's really worth it. It is. I think now, especially if you are one of each. If you are a Mario Kart fan, then yes, it works. If you are a Animal Crossing fan, yes, it works. But if you are both, it is a no-brainer. And now, if they add some more value to it, it's like you're a fool not to jump on that bandwagon. And to me, it's like it's not every month. You know, if the payments were like monthly payments, I don't know about monthly payments, but you know what? Once a year, get it in, get it out the way. It's a Pokemon type game on the Switch. It's apparently really good and it's done in the classic top-down style. It's fairly cheap and goes on sale pretty often as well. Oh, okay. You learn something new every day from my great people in Gaming Dad Land. All right, let me get back to the get back to this wheel. All right, we are up to 18 people, good people. Don't forget, good people, if some of you guys are still watching, man, take the opportunity, man, jump out real quick, hit that like button, jump back in. We appreciate you all that you do. And Mio Gabriel says the first game started on mobile, also came to Switch, but extension was made for the console and better than the original. All right. I'm loving these Pokemon games, but Violet needs to release in 2023, not this year. I'm still in the early stages of Arceus. Yeah, man, it's like, is it gonna sell? Yeah. I just believe it's gonna cannibalize the market. I think it's too early. Unless, I mean, I don't know, man. That's such a hard question to answer, but I still believe that, you know what, if they need to just allow Arceus to breathe, you know, because I think, to be honest, I think they can just roll with it, man, and then, but I believe they want to keep the cycle. But my thing is that they shouldn't have brought Arceus out this soon. They should have just rolled with they selling enough. They could have just rolled with the remakes. Arceus could have been this Christmas title. And then right after Arceus, you know what, the next Christmas title would have been Violet, and you know, they still would have kept that schedule, but I think they got greedy. I really think they got greedy. Can't wait for Violet though. I think I'm going to with Scarlet. Cool Breezy. Man, old man, late again. Apologize, everyone. Cool Breeze and on the scene, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and get you on the board. Cool Breezy. Take it easy. Tell your son, man. We say what's up. How you doing? Cool Breeze said what up to everybody. So I'm waiting for Call of Pokemon Warzone to release. Gotta keep it coming. Cool Breezy, man. Don't forget, man, hit that like button for your brother, man. I appreciate you all that you do. Man, let's see. Mm-mm-mm-mm. We was talking about sales. We're back on the US NPD February 2022 Switch best-selling hardware, Xbox Series number 2, PS5 number 3. Whoo. Is that really a big thing? I don't think it's a big thing in this era because of the fact that, you know what? We are in a shortage. That's the reason why, like, if we are in a chip shortage, man, how are these other companies, still getting chips to produce certain things, you would think by now that there will be enough chips to go around. Like we kind of been out, those companies kind of been out of COVID and their protocol for a nice little time now. We should by now have, up the ante to be able to um, get caught back up. I don't know. Kind of interesting. United States Sales Tracker, the NPD Group, has released the video game software and hardware sales data for the month of February. The Nintendo Switch family of systems were the best selling in terms of dollars and units sold. The Switch was followed by the Xbox Series X/S consoles and Sony's PlayStation 5, both of which are continuing to suffer from shortages. The acclaimed Elden Ring proved to be the best-selling game in February and is also the best-selling game of 2022 so far in the United States. Sony's PlayStation 5 remains the best-selling system of 2022 so far in terms of dollar sales, and the Nintendo Switch family of systems are the best-selling systems for units sold. That is very interesting. Elden Ring, number 1. Horizon Forbidden West, number 2. Pokemon Legend Arceus is number 3. Dying Light, number 2. Total Warhammer, number 3. Call of Duty Vanguard, number 6. Madden NFL 22, number 7. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is number 8. FIFA 22 is number 9. Minecraft, number 10. Once again, just like the UK charts, we only have 2 games from Nintendo in the top 10. What is that? Is that a sign, a telling sign for Nintendo? We're going to see come next month because I bet you that Mario Kart number is going to explode a little higher come March. And hopefully Kirby will be in that bad boy for real, for real. All right. Anyone start up their 3DS/Wii U regularly? I tried to. It just feels so magical, especially the music. I really miss the music on the Switch. Agreed. You know what? You can cut that music on for the Switch or even the Wii, the original Wii, and go straight. I can go to sleep off that music. Great music. That's one thing I wish Nintendo would go ahead and say, you know what? Let's green light this and put the music back on the eShop. It's online anyway. Why not? All right. Okay, I went through all that. All right. Street Fighter 6 leaks suggest series could finally return to Xbox. It should. I think it was sometimes, you know what, when it's different with Nintendo because, you know what, from the initial start, Nintendo games is associated with Nintendo, right? They're brands. But when you get a game that's cross-platform and that game is only on one system, it makes it hard as a consumer because it's like, man, you know what? I would have loved to play Street Fighter 5 on Xbox. I would definitely would have loved to be able to play that bad boy on the Switch if you can get it to run. But you really couldn't make those kind of decisions because they were always on one system. It's always on the PlayStation. And I hate when those deals are made to have a game that's multi-platform just be exclusively on one system, especially when the years before that it was on everything. I don't like that. Like I really hate that. I hate that Madden is only EA. because 2K was really eating Madden's lunch before 2K made that boss move, and it was a boss move. Now, like Basil YT says, nah, wait till Mario Striker comes out and what sales skyrocket in the UK. You are right. You are absolutely right. I can tell you here in America, like me and my family cannot wait. My nephews have all reached out to me like, have you know what's, are you getting it? You know, they've been on me. Like, my son's birthday is June 12th. I think it comes out June 10th. He already said, Daddy, you already know what I want for my birthday. He did a gangster too. You already know, Daddy. It's all right. I know. So that's gonna be. I mean, you're right. I totally agree with that statement. It's gonna take off in the UK, but it's gonna take off here in America too. It's gonna be great times, man. Great times. That's the reason why we got to get this Mario Kart thing figured out, because we got to have groups and teams and leagues and all that good stuff, and we got to have play night on Friday or something. We got to do something. We got to do something. SOC said, Gaming Dad, if you ever have an investor question opportunity with Nintendo, ask why they don't have music and suggest it could increase sales. I'm going to assume Nintendo has some form of data on why. I don't think that. I'm going to hope that decision wasn't a decision they made on a whim. They probably had some hard data to suggest otherwise. That maybe people were coming to the store and just window shopping just to enjoy the music instead of going in there, buying a game and getting out. I don't know. But if I did have the opportunity to ask Nintendo a question, what would that question be? I think, you know what, I would really like to know the relationship between Nintendo and EA. And why a lot of EA games, especially in this generation, has not made their way over to the Switch. Mass Effect Andromeda was on the Wii U. Why hasn't that game been ported over to the Switch? I don't know. Warner Brothers, you know what? I'm really praying that Batman makes his way to the Switch. I pray that Brady was true, and I hope that this E3 we get it in full blast. But should have been on the Switch. It's no way. Listen, if they would have had Batman on the Switch, they probably would have sold 2 or 3 million by now. But I think they'll probably sell, if it's marketed right, they probably sell a whole lot. They should have had that thing primed and ready to go right along with the movie. Prime and ready to go. You have a big franchise like that and you don't have a game to match it. Crazy. But yeah, that would be an excellent question. Excellent question. I'm not a big fan of the new look of Street Fighter characters, but you know what? I love the series. So it's going to be interesting to see how this game kind of unfolds. I will probably, if I have a choice, I probably will buy it on my Xbox Series X before I buy it on my PS5. That's just me. SOC says Mario Strikers is a pre-order and day one pickup for me. Haven't played since the last one, and my dad and I used to play it a lot. Going to have him play it again with me, a laugh out loud. Yeah, man. Great times, man. Great times just playing that on the GameCube, man. I think that was a great decision on Nintendo. Just like I think it's a great decision when you look at the scheme of things. You're going to have some great sports titles really make their way to the Switch with Nintendo Sports, Nintendo Switch Sports and Mario Strikers. They're going to have to really market those games right, because those games are going to be, even though they're coming out like in April, Nintendo Switch Sports is going to be a hot Christmas item, man. To me, if I'm Nintendo, I'm blasting commercials all through the holiday seasons, and it's of that game right there. That game is gonna push major systems for Nintendo. Now, I saw this and I thought this was like super good. Like whoever made this build, I mean, I salute them. This was good. It says random. He said build your own Nintendo DS with Joy-Cons and a Samsung Galaxy Z Flip. So we all remember the Nintendo DS fondly, right? The chunky gray thing that had 2 screens and let you play Super Mario 64 in the palm of your hands from day one. The handheld that brought us hundreds of classics such as Pokemon Black and White, Ghost Tricks, Radiant Historia, Animal Crossing Wild World. If you want to play any of those games again and don't have the dual screen darling anymore, then one Reddit user might have the answer for you. A few days ago, DS enthusiast Mike Dubs shared this hybrid DS-like creation online using a 3D printer to create a grip. Oh, okay. So there's a phone inside here. Created a grip for his Joy-Cons and then attached them to the Samsung Z Flip to create the DS Mini that many of us dream of. No, just us. The Joy-Cons paired easily with the phone via Bluetooth and just need to download a emulator for the Switch controller to map to the phone, as well as another actual play DS game on there. Okay, I'm messing up. Of course, if you have a DS still, lucky you, then you probably don't need to go the extra effort still. It's extremely fascinating to see the length fans go to create alternative ways to play their favorite games or create their own versions of their favorite consoles. So, is a 3DS with a full functioning 3D slider next? Fascinating, but I wouldn't dare buy a Galaxy Z Flip phone just to play 3DS games. No, but I mean, it's cute, I guess. All right. So we kind of talked about this earlier. I'm not gonna go through all of this article. I'm gonna go back to the top. It says Valve Steamdeck targets the big 3 video game device maker. Excuse me. No company has broken into the console business since Microsoft introduced the Xbox 2 decades ago. I've already said, and I've said since the announcement of the Steam Deck, that the Steam Deck is in competition with everybody. Everybody. I've been saying this for a long time. Everybody. Not just Nintendo. I think everybody, because of the fact that, you know what? If I can get that same game that you can play on your system that's tied to your TV, and now I can take that with me, that it makes the system just that much more attractive. That's why that Switch is so attractive, because I'm not tied to this TV. If I want to play on this TV, I can. But if I don't want to, I have an OLED screen I can take with me and play just great games right in my bed. But now the Steam Deck offers that same experience, but with even more fidelity. You know what? It might not look as good on TV. I have not seen a lot of feedback from the Steam Deck and how it looks on a big monitor or a big TV. And everything I've seen so far, it has not been the greatest. However, it's respectable. Competition is good. And I think it's good for everyone. It's good for Nintendo. It's going to be good for us as consumers. It's going to be good for Microsoft. It's going to be good for Sony, because they're going to have to compete. It wouldn't surprise me that if the next generation of systems or have some portable element to it. It would not surprise me. And to me, if Sony and Xbox are really going to compete next level, they have to look at that portable component. It should be no way that Nintendo is dominating the way they're dominating over in China. I mean, not China, but Japan. Absolutely domination, top to bottom. You get a few games in there, like, you get your Elden Ring that pop up every now and then, but complete console domination is Nintendo. You know what? You saying 100? They're probably about 107, 108 million right now. Now just imagine that, man. You know what? You drop a game like that's why I always look back at systems at people like like EA, and I talked about this earlier how dumb they were to not drop Madden because they could make so much money with 110 plus consoles out there for people to buy from. You're going to make your money back and then some. You're bound at a minimum to sell 1 million units, easy, but you'll probably sell 4 to 5 million, easy. That's why I love this competition. I love the fact that you know what, I don't want Nintendo just to flat out dominate, but I want Nintendo to continue to be innovative, and Valve pushes the envelope that they're gonna have to innovate. They can't just sit back on their loins and think like, hey, this next Switch is going to sell automatically and we don't have to worry about it. No, you're going to have to put your money where your mouth is. You're going to have to. If not, man, you're going to be in trouble, Nintendo. Baz YT says, Gaming Dad, are you getting Tempest 4000 on the 23rd? I probably will, but I just wish it had multiplayer. I probably would not. I'm probably gonna pass because it's so many games that I gotta be kind of conservative of financially what games I pick up. It'll probably be a game I pick up later. I probably won't pick it up right away. But once again, you know what? I got, Kirby is paid for. Thank you, Jesus. But I got Star Wars beginning of April. MLB The Show might get picked up. It's still like I don't know yet. End of the month I got Wii Sports. And then and as a matter of fact, I think some other games that popped up. That I might have to consider that coming out in April. I don't know. As much as I want to pick it up, I might have to just it might be one of them games that I might get. I might have to wait for that sale to drop. I hate to do that to them like that. I like to buy games day one, but financially, man, it's been tough. So, I don't know yet, buddy. All right. Let's get off Steamdeck. I know I'm digging the Steamdeck, and just I'm glad when I get one, I can really talk about it. Fifth Forge is the Shadow Torch rated for Switch by Taiwan Games Rating Board. The cover looks great. I just haven't played. I haven't played this game before. It looks like a good game. But nevertheless, I want to say this game has been rated. It says the listing does not provide any further hints about a possible release date. We just know the game is coming. I think I gotta look at that video. I think I might have seen some videos about that before, but it is what it is. A game that should look without a shadow of a doubt, this game should be on the Switch. Like, why is it not on the Switch? I do not know. This would sell so many units. Another one of the decisions, like, man, what is Roblox doing? You got 100 million units. I'm gonna bring back to that 100 million different Switch users out there, and you would probably get a good 20 million of them that want to play Roblox games on their Switch and would definitely like that. You know what? My son, my youngest son, he want a Steam Deck just to play Roblox. It's like, buddy, you better get on that iPad and call it a day. But you know what? Another company that's like, you know what? You're not making smart decisions. I would have been back when the Switch was selling 50 million units. You know what? I would have had Roblox on there. This thing is selling 100. You know, you surpass 100 million units. You get Roblox on there today. But Roblox might be coming to PlayStation. I don't know how big of an announcer that is. I don't see a lot of people going back to PlayStation just to play Roblox. Even though my son does play Xbox One and he plays Roblox. That's matter of fact, his Xbox machine is pretty much a Roblox machine. That's all he does. He plays. If you like Roblox, this should be a great story for you, especially if all you got is a PlayStation or an iPad. You know what? You can definitely up your play by playing it on these systems. But coming out on PS5, it don't say when though. No, don't give out a date. I said Roblox isn't currently available on both. It's not even available on PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5. They know that. But it doesn't matter. It comes to PlayStation. It's going to be a win for PlayStation, but I don't know about a win for everybody else. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Talk about that. Dead Space remake gameplay and release window tease. To make a long story short, they do have like concept video of the game running online. You can go check that out. It looks scary, but you know what? Once again, you know, I'm glad that they get this game enough time to be great, and so they're saying that it's going to be a 2023 release. So that very well could be anywhere from between now and Christmas of next year. So, but you know, it's a good opportunity to come out next year. You know, Dead Space is going to be a good game. I think, you know, regardless of how you look at it. So I'll prefer that teams take a lot more time than to rush something and have it be half done. So 2023, be on the lookout for Dead Space. I will hit the play button, but you know, I don't know what it's going to be playing behind it. Didn't watch the video. We're getting close with people to the end of our news session for tonight. Let's see. Did anybody pick this game up? I did not. I didn't even play. I know there is a free version of this game that you can play, and I have not played it. I have not attempted to download it either. But I might have to, just because it's free. Let's see. SOC says I got my Nintendo goodies. With my points, I got a game case that holds 8 game cards and is like a full of a game case and a calendar. Okay. How many points did all that cost you, SOC? That'd be good information to know. But you know what? Listen, about this game here, you know what? It was just not impressive. I just like, I was like, this game, if there was nothing coming out on the Switch, this game might get a little look at. But so many other games coming out, it's like, Buddy Kirby come out in 2 weeks. What you want to play for a week and a half, and you'll never see you again? I'd rather just save my money. Dead Space is a fantastic franchise. I just wish that they would bring these games to Switch instead of remastering them. Still salty about no Mass Effects. Agree. I think I'm more salty about Mass Effects not coming to the Switch because they had Mass Effects on the Wii U. It's like, why not? Why not make that money, EA? I don't understand that. I completely do not understand that. I don't understand why. Like, I always go back to Madden because, you know, Madden to me is just too much of an obvious misstep on EA's part to have a game that sells like it sells and not have it on a portable system. And you had it on the Vita. It's like, man, come on, man. You can use the same engine that you use to do FIFA and put Madden on there. man, they're not gonna care about if the graphics don't look quite as good as his PS4 brother. No, they just wanted to run right, run fluid, have good gameplay, and listen, we'll be all right. So 600 for the game case and 400 points for the calendar. All right, that wasn't too bad. I wonder how many points I got. I need to check that. Yep, the original version of Mass Effect games are plenty playable and would run just fine. It's so unlikely that the remaster will come to Switch, and it probably wouldn't run. I agree. But like you said earlier, it would not cost them a great deal of money to bring the original versions to the Switch. Matter of fact, it would probably end up making them probably more money than the remastered. You know, this once again, this like decisions that some of these companies make, man. It's like, man, do you know how popular your game is and how well it would do on a system to sell? You get 100 million people out there selling it. If they put Madden, now I always bring it back to Madden. I'm sorry, but if they put Madden on the Switch, man, it would move units. If you can tell me that I can play cross progression and portably with my Switch and my PlayStation, if I'm able to play my season, start it at home, and transfer that same data over to my Switch and be able to play on the road and then come back and play again on TV, it's a win, 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 win. But who are we, man? We're just gamers, man. If I cared about graphics, I certainly would be playing on a Switch. Yeah, agreed. Because to me at the end of the day, it's not. I can deal with the graphics not being. I just can't deal with I can't deal with janky gameplay. Give me good gameplay any day. Who's gonna be overcharged? I'm sorry. All right, good people. Listen, how long we been on this bad boy? Okay, 2 hours and a half. I think about time we wind it on down. I just had a couple more stories to talk about that kind of are prevalent. You know, sometimes, man, we look at the scheme of things. We look at where life is, and it's easy for us to look at our lives and say, things are going good, and when there's people out here in this world, man, that is really struggling, and my heart goes out to the people of Ukraine, and my heart goes out to the people of Russia. Because I bet you everybody in Russia wasn't like, yeah, let's go to war. Let's get those Ukrainians. You know what? No, I bet you they was like, man, why are we going to war? And and they are being made to be punished for it. It's crazy. It's crazy. And so you know what? Once again, Nintendo is saying, you know what? Nintendo suspends shipment to Russia, citing logistics. I think it's more than that. I think that's the cute way of saying, you know what? We ain't trying to get into that. I mean, I hate that for them. I hate that for Russia. I hate that for Ukraine. But I think other countries around the world are going to continue to put the squeeze on Russia. I just pray that we don't end up, in this big old huge global war over some nonsense. This is what we pray, good people. But if you live in Russia, it gotta sucks. It's gotta suck. All right, good people, listen. You know what? It's that time. Time to make that change. We are the people. We can do it. We got 19 people on the board tonight. Tonight's giveaway is sponsored by Mediocre Gamers, and we appreciate all that he do and how he supports the channel. And this is gonna be another great night, another great Monday. And without any further ado, I got everything going on. You know, if your name is Pick, you get the famous horn. That's right. Let's see who's first to get the horn tonight. As we get our spin on. And the first one off the board, it will be. Oh, Stevie M's Twitch is off the board. Give me one, please. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we keep it rolling. Steve M was removed off the board. Up next, we got, oh my goodness, my girl, the geeky chick. She is out of here. Thank you very much. Hope you guys enjoyed your dinner tonight. But I will see you next week. Same time, same bat station. We got to keep it rolling. And up next to catch the flex, it will be Steve M again. I gave you the horn a little early because I hit the button. But it doesn't matter. Steve M, man. Steve M, man, you've been on a losing streak. I haven't seen you win a circle in a minute. But my brother is down and out 2 times. All right. Who is up next to catch the flex? And our next person to vacate will be my boy Quake311. Is out of here. Appreciate you, my brother. Have a good night. Have a great week. And who is next? Ladies and gentlemen, Guerrilla Tactics, please blow him off the screen. You out of here, my brother. You out of here. All right, who is next to catch the flex? Let's see. And our next loser will be Ruben. You
lose.
Is out of here. Thank you, my brother, for coming through, man, saying what up. Right back at you. Hope you have a wonderful week. Down to 13 people, ladies and gentlemen. And our next winner will be our winner from last week, which is Chris.
Fight.
Nope. He is off the board, ladies and gentlemen. The winner from last week, and we'll keep it rolling. Oh, my man Vic.
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You get nothing.
You lose. Good day, sir. Let's keep that ball rolling. Keep them doggies rolling. Rawhide. And our next loser is CMG. Quay311 says, with my last breath, I curse the claptrap. Oh, man. Let's keep it rolling. We got 10 people left on the board, ladies and gentlemen, on the wheel still. He is for real. And it's SOC, and you are out of here, my brother. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. We'll keep it rolling. The world stands with Ukraine. And the next, oh, Basil YT representing that UK. But yeah, out of here. Who's up next to catch the flex? And it will be, oh, my guy. Congratulations on the job on the trade school, but Milo 2002, my guy, you're out of here. Peace out. All right, who is up next? Your boy Gaming Dad is on the board still. But Game Boy 3 Stacks, man. Out of here. Game Boy 3 Stacks hung around for a little minute. SOC says, I haven't won in a hot second. And just like candy. Ow. It's out of here. SOC he said, I haven't won in a hot second. I know one. I got you. I got you, buddy. I got you. All right. Let's keep it rolling. 5 people left on the wheels of steel. He ain't for real, but he said he for real. And that next one to get off the board is Mediocre Gamers is off the board. Ladies and gentlemen, back to our final 4. Your boy Gaming Dad is in the final circle. Can't believe it. Kenny from the A, Cool Breezy, who came in late, is taking it easy for Sheezy. And Vic's Twitch account is still alive and pump it up. Let's go. Who's next? Catch that flex. And our next loser will be Vic's Twitch account.
You lose.
Is out of here. Shout out to Vic. You know what he do. Let's keep it rolling. And our winner. Oh, look at Gaming Dad. I spoke too soon.
Psych.
He is. Gaming Dad is out of here, ladies and gentlemen. He bit the dust. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, we are back in the winner circle. Cool Breezy, taking it easy. For she came in late, but he's never late. He's always on time because he made it. That's what counts. All right, good people. Without any shadow of a doubt, thank y'all for hanging out with me tonight, but there can only be one winner. Drum roll, please. And tonight's next loser will be Cool Breezy, taking it easy for Sheezy. Is off the board, and tonight's winner, ladies and gentlemen, is Kenny from the A. Kids, show Kenny from the A some love. Kenny from the A, man, I hope you're still on, but if not, man, I hope you come back and check. You got 2 weeks to come claim your prize. Claim your prize. Kenny from the A is our winner tonight. Thank y'all, man, for hanging out with me, man. Another great stream, another great show, man. I like the 8 o'clock time. You know what? It's 10:40 my time. It's, hey, we good. We still in there. So good people. This is your boy Gaming Dad. Don't worry. We're going to do it again. I think 8 o'clock sounds good. Y'all like 8 o'clock? 8 o'clock is going to be 8 o'clock next Monday. Oh, man, that would be great. Yeah, that's right. Show Kenny some love in the club. But don't worry. Kenny good. He'll come back and check. But you know me. I don't track you down. Kenny got to come track it. Yeah, come back and look to see if you get that dub. If you get that dub, Kenny, all you got to do, man, is reach out to me on Twitter at gaming_dad3. Hit me on my DM to say, yo, Gaming Dad, where my money? And our brother will send you over the code. Also, can't catch me on Twitter. Catch me on Instagram at GamingDad3. And finally, you can also contact me on TikTok at GamingDad0. That's right, GamingDad0 on TikTok. And don't forget, this Friday, man, it's going down. Meet me in the trap. It's going down. We'll see you guys this Friday. Mario Kart DLC Friday, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's your boy, Gaming Dad, with the company and the crew. We're going to get it in, have some good fun. Record it live on YouTube. I think we do YouTube and Twitch. We won't do Twitter, but YouTube and Twitch should be on and popping. Friday, 8 p.m. This is your boy, man. I had a great night, man. Well, give me something to eat, man. I can get some work done and won't be to bed super duper late. This is your boy, Gaming Dad. 8 o'clock p.m. might be the new time, good people. But we're going to try it again next week and see how it goes, everybody. Hope y'all have a wonderful weekend and great fashion for you. You know what? I was prepared this time. I moved my stuff into place. And I should have did it months ago, but I didn't. But it's in place now. So all I got to do is say, peace out. And then I'll be out, right? So let's try it. Peace out.